Good morning, children. So today we are going to discuss our assignment solution of chapter 5, laws of motion. So we are discussing our first question. The motion of a particle of mass m is described by y is equal to ut plus half gt square. Find the force acting on the particle. So displacement of a particle is given y is equal to ut plus half gt square. So this is the displacement of a particle is given. So you have to find the force acting on the particle. So how will you find the force acting on the particle? We know force F is equal to what is now ma. So we have to find the acceleration. In order to find this, how will you find the acceleration? The displacement of the particle is given. Y is equal to ut plus half gt square is the displacement of the particle. From this displacement you can find the velocity. We already studied from this equation of this displacement how we can find the velocity. So velocity v is equal to what is coming? Differential of this time dy by dt. So if we are taking the differential of this time we will get the velocity. So we can say that d by dt of y. Y is equal to what is that? Ut plus half gt square. So this way we are going to differentiate. So you will get the value of the velocity. So d by dt of ut plus half gt square. Okay, we can differentiate. So velocity v is equal to, I am applying this operation. This is a mathematical operation. So we have to differentiate this time with respect to time. That is the meaning of d by dt of t. So you see that how we are going to differentiate. I am initial stage I am writing all this step one by one for your understanding. So you can see that. So d by dt of, we are applying this inside. What is coming? ut plus d by dt of, we can see that we are applying here also what is coming? Half gt square. Half gt square. So this is where we are applying this differentiation inside this. So we are getting d by dt of ut plus d by dt of half gt square. When you are applying this, you will get the answer as v is equal to d by dt of ut. What is coming? U is constant, so we can take it outside. So when you are taking outside this u, it should be what is coming? dt by dt. So this way we can write d by dt of t means dt by dt we can write, plus you see that here also we are going to apply this operation. What is coming? It should be half g is considered as a constant, so we are taking outside half g into d by dt of t square. So we can write this as a d by dt of t square. So this way we can write these equations. So you see that this equation we have done this differentiation. So for simplified equation only we have written here. So u into dt by dt. You know there is one general formula we studied earlier. What is that? D by dt of t raised to n. What is the equation for this? We want to differentiate this equation with the power n. So what is the general formula? So it should be what is coming? N into t raised to n minus 1. So this equation is n into t raised to n minus 1. So this is the way we can write our equation. D by dt of t raised to n is, you see that d by dt of t raised to n is equal to what is coming? N into t raised to n minus 1. This is our general formula, we can write that. So we are going to apply this equation. Yes, we are going to apply this equation. What is coming? D by dt of t raised to n. Are you able to see or not? That side. Yes. So I said this only. So d by dt of, you can see that t raised to n. So that is only, this is our general formula. So we can write n into t raised to n minus 1. So this is our general formula we can write in the case of our differentiation. So that formula we can apply here also. You can see that this formula we are going to apply here also. When you are applying here, you can see that d by dt of t raised to 1. What is coming? T raised to 1. 1 into t raised to 1 minus 1. That means t raised to 0. We know any number raised to 0 is 1 only. So ultimately this 1 will come. That means dt by dt like this also we can perform. So the equation becomes velocity v is equal to, So what is coming for our velocity v? So velocity v is equal to what is coming? U into 1. That means u plus half g is constant, half g into d by dt of t square. We have to apply this. D by dt of t square means what is coming? N into, that means 2 into, what is coming? T raised to n minus 1. T raised to 2 minus 1 means t raised to 1 will come. So we can write this as simplified form of velocity as v is equal to u plus, this 2 will cancel, ultimately u plus gt will come. So this is the way we are getting the value of a velocity v is equal to u plus gt. But we have seen the formula for force is equal to F is equal to ma only. So we are going to find a on the acceleration. So velocity we got from this equation displacement. So now we can find the acceleration. How do you find the acceleration? So again we have to differentiate because we studied acceleration. A is equal to what is coming? dv divided by dt. Acceleration is considered as dv by dt. So we can differentiate this. How? It is coming d by dt of velocity. What is coming? U plus gt. d by dt of what is coming? U plus gt. So our acceleration becomes a is equal to d by dt of u. What is coming? D by dt of u? D by dt of u is equal to this differential of a constant. So d by dt of u means differential of a constant is considered as a 0. So this way we can write this as a 0 plus d by dt of gt. So differential of a constant is considered as a 0 plus d by dt of gt. So g is constant, so I mentioned here. Ultimately dt by dt on same as previous case. It should be 1 we have seen. So it should be answer is considered as a is equal to g. So this is the way we are getting the answer as acceleration is equal to a is equal to g. So if you know a is equal to g, so we can find the force. What is that force? So force F is equal to what is coming? A value we can substitute. A is equal to what is coming? M into G. So this way you can write this force as F is equal to Ma or F is equal to mg we can mention. Clear? So this is the way we can solve our question as we are getting the answer as what is that F is equal to Ma, that means F is equal to mg. So this is our answer for force acting. So this way we can find. Now we are going to solve our second question. Now question number 2 we are going to discuss. When we are considering the case of question number 2, a batsman hits back a ball straight in the direction of the bowler without changing its initial speed of 12 meters per second. The mass of the ball is 0.15 kilogram. Determine the impulse imparted to the ball. So we have to find the impulsive force. So we have to, this is already we studied in 9th standard also. We know that formula F is equal to, what is that according to Newton's second formula, second equation, what is coming? F is equal to m into v minus v upon t. So we can say that Ft is equal to m into v minus u. Ft is equal to m into v minus u. So this term Ft only known as what is that impulsive force. This term only it is asking. Calculate the impulse imparted to the ball. Determine the impulse imparted to the ball. So you can calculate. What is the situation? A batsman hits back a ball straight in the direction of the bowler without changing its velocity. So this is the way ball is coming with the initial velocity of u. U is considered as what is that 12 meters per second. And this batsman is hit back this ball without changing its initial velocity. So after this is the final velocity also what is that 12 meters per second, but its direction is changing. So we have to take this as a minus 12 meters per second. Like we say we are giving the value as a minus 12 meters per second. So we can find our impulse. What is that impulsive force? Impulse is equal to what is that m into v minus u. That means which is equal to mass of this object is given. What is that 0.15 into velocity. What is that? Minus 12 minus u is also what is the initial velocity? 12. So we can mention plus 12. So equation becomes what is coming 0.15 into minus 24. So you can find this 0.15 into minus 24. What is coming? 0.15 into 24, you will get the answer as 3.6. You will get the answer as minus 3.6 kilogram meter per second. So this way we will get the answer as impulse imparted to the ball as what is that minus 3.6 kilogram meter per second. Two identical billiard balls strike a rigid wall with the same speed but at different angles and get reflected without any change in the speed. What is the direction of the force on the ball due to each ball and the ratio of the magnitude of impulse imparted to the balls by the wall. So this way you have to find this. Find the ratio of impulse imparted to the balls on the by the wall. Okay. So first case you see that this is where only a wall is there. You can see that first of all this wall is there and a ball is coming and hitting like this. A ball is coming and hitting on this wall. So this is our wall and this is the use of a ball. So a ball is coming and hitting on this wall. So in this case, what is the impulse imparted by the ball means by the wall on the ball. So that only we are going to find. So impulsive force you can find. What is that? We already have seen previous case also. Impulsive force is equal to what is that? M into what is coming impulsive force. Alright. Okay. So impulse is equal to what is coming? F into M into V minus U. So if you are finding this impulse, so M into V minus U you can find. That is M is given. What is the value of M in this case? It is given as M only. So there is no mass is given. So it should be M. So M into what is coming? V minus U. So it is coming with the initial velocity of what is that? U only. So it is coming with the initial velocity of U. So and final velocity after getting reflected back, it is going back with the final velocity as U also. So we can say that M into final velocity as minus U. So the impulse in this case is given as what is coming? Minus U, 2U, minus 2U, that means minus 2MU we can say it. So this is the way ball exerting a force on this wall. So that is minus 2MU. We can find what is the impulse exerted by the wall on this ball. So we can take it as opposite. So what is coming? It should be 2MU. So this is the impulse exerted by the wall on the ball. So it should be 2MU. Now when we are considering the case of a second situation. What is the second situation? Now this wall is there and this ball is imparted, means ball is hitting on this ball at an angle of 30 degree like this. So this ball is hitting on this wall by an angle of 30 degree. After that it is going again with the angle of 30 degree. So this is the next part it is given. So in this case also you can see that this velocity is what is that U only. That is also you can see that get reflected without change its speed. So it is moving with the same speed only. So this is our initial speed and this is our final speed you can say. So this way you can answer. In this case, you know, we have to do one important thing. What is that in this case? We have to split this into two components. So this is our initial velocity U. You can see that this is our initial velocity U. So this velocity we can split into two components. One is along this direction and another is along this direction. So this is our 30 degree. So one is along this direction and along this direction. This is the way we can split into two components. This angle is 30 means this angle is also 30. So this way you can mention this angle also 30. When we are splitting this into two components, you can see that when we are splitting this into two components, this is becomes what is that adjacent side only. That means this we can see that U cos 30. So we can mention this velocity as U cos 30. And down we can mention along this direction we can see that Along the downward direction, what is that? This is coming as opposite side only, so we can mention this as a u sin 30. So this way we can split into two components, u cos 30 and u sin 30. Similarly, in this case also, this velocity also we can split into two components. So like this way, we can split into, this is where only it is coming, so we can split into two components. This angle is 30 means this angle is 30. Now, this becomes adjacent side, that means u cos theta. U cos theta, that means u cos 30, we can say that. And this is our opposite side only, so that means u sin 30 will come. So this is the way we can split into two components. So here we can find the momentum, that means change of momentum along the x direction and the y direction. Then only we can find this impulse. Impulse means what is the change of momentum. So in this case the ball is moving along straight direction, so that is the reason directly we calculate. So in this case we have to find the momentum along x direction and the momentum along y direction we have to calculate. What is the initial momentum along the x direction? So I will mention that as px initial. So px initial. What is the initial momentum along the x direction? X direction. Momentum only we are asking. So it should be mu. It should be mu cos 30. So this is our initial momentum along the x direction. And what is the initial momentum along the y direction? So I mentioned py initial. Py initial. What is coming? Py initial. That is this direction only. So you can see that u sin 30. Yes or no? So this is along minus y direction if I take it. So I will take this as a, what is that? If direction wise it is a minus downward direction, so I will take minus u sin 30. Now we can find what is the final momentum along this x direction. What is the final momentum along x direction? Px final. Px final. What is the final momentum along the x direction? What is coming? It should be mu. You see that it is opposite direction. So mu cos 30 only, but it is in the opposite direction. So minus of mu cos 30 direction. Similarly, final momentum along the y direction also. I mentioned py final. Py final. What is coming? It is the same as previous case because it is in the downward direction. That means minus of mu sin 30 degrees. So this way you can mention all these components of this momentum along this direction. Please remember this answer. This answer we are getting 2 I am removing this. So initial case we are getting the momentum impulse is 2 in this case 2 mu. Now we see that this is our initial moment along the x direction and final moment along the x direction. So we can find this impulse. Impulse means change of momentum. So we can find the change of momentum. Change of momentum is the same as what is that impulse only, because we have to find impulse imparted to the ball only. So we can find what is the change of momentum along x direction. So I'll write change of momentum as delta. Change of momentum is impulse only. So change of momentum along x direction. What is coming? Change of momentum along x direction. Minus of mu cos 30. Minus of mu cos 30. This one. Minus, what is coming? Minus of mu cos 30. So this way you can do. That means minus of mu cos 30 minus of mu cos 30 means we are getting this as minus of 2 mu cos 30. Minus of 2 mu cos 30. We can simplify this. Minus of 2 mu into, what is cos 30? Minus of 2 mu into cos 30. What is cos 30? Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. So into root 3 by 2. So this is the way we can substitute this value as what is that? Minus of 2 mu into root 3 by 2. Okay, fine. Now we can see that this is our momentum along this y direction. Now we can find what is the momentum along this x direction. What is y direction? So delta py. So what is the momentum along this y direction? You see that momentum along this y direction, change of momentum. This is we are discussing change of momentum along the y direction. So del Py final minus Py initial. What is coming? Mu cos sin 30 minus of minus means plus mu. So ultimately this will be 0. So this time becomes a 0. So the change of momentum impulse is exerting only along this x direction. So this is the way we can calculate. Now the question they are asking, what is the ratio of the impulse imparted in both the cases? What is the ratio? First case 2 mu. So the ratio of impulse imparted is equal to what is coming? First case is 2 mu. 2 mu divided by second case what is coming? Second case. Here this is the you have to remember this. This is the impulse imparted by the what is that? Ball on the wall only. So here we have to find what is the impulse imparted by the wall on the wall. So opposite we have to take. That means 2 mu into root 3 by 2. So this value we can substitute here also. What is coming? 2 mu into root 3 by 2. So this time will go. Ultimately this answer is 1 by root 3 by 2 means 2 by root 3 is coming. So this is the ratio. So this is the way we can find the ratio of impulse imparted in both the cases. And one more part is what is the direction of the force? The direction of the force is always like normal to the direction of this wall only. In both the cases, we are seeing that in this case also change of momentum impulse is along the x direction. That means the direction of the force is always acting normal to the wall. Okay? Thank you.